Hello, everyone. Say hello, Davey.
Hello, everybody. You've joined us once again. Thanks for joining us. How are you today? Hope you're well.
How are you, Davey? That's the more important question.
I'm really good. And yourself, sir?
I'm very good. I'm itching to get into this. I'm not going to natter for too long. We do that a lot. We tend to get, we're like old women. We tend to just chat all day. Have you seen the prices of loaves? But I'm glad you're well, and I'm glad your new podcast is doing well as well and getting off the ground. What's the name of it again?
I'm co-hosting a new upcoming podcast called Movies Across the Pod. A friend of mine, Frank, who's from America, and myself, we're going to chat movies, TV, entertainment, and more. All of that is yet to come, but announcements will be made. Thanks for the cheeky plug there.
I know. I don't know where that came from, but I know there's some Americans in the audience who might want to watch it as well because it's across the pond, isn't it? As well.
Hey,
it's
y'all.
on both sides.
Apologies.
Hey, y'all. Oh god, that was terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway,
sorry about that.
so let's get into the reaction, shall we?
Yes, please.
In a sweltering London, we've had a heat wave here in the capital city, haven't we, Karl?
It's been hot, hasn't it?
Been up to 100 degrees, record-breaking temperatures.
Yeah.
What have you been doing though?
Getting to see the place, having loads of walks, and that. I like to have walks. You know, watching what
like a
people
dog.
Yeah. When he jumps off the couch and starts scratching against the door.
Suzanne thinks it's time.
It's just good thinking time, though, isn't it? As well,
I
having
think
a
the
walk.
same.
You've
You
got
need a
all the
walk.
clutter going on around you, and
Right.
you just think about a lot of stuff. And you know, like say with the weather being hot and stuff, a lot of insects knocking about.
Right.
So I've just been watching
Knocking
them.
He loves his insects.
so while we've been filming, you've been watching insects.
Yeah, just seeing because everybody knows insects are out there, but no one's keeping an eye on them.
What are they up to? What are you worried about?
Loads of people like that if you'd watch them because they do some weird stuff and that is what I mean.
Yeah.
What sort of stuff? Any examples? What?
I saw a bee have a heart attack.
What?
You saw a bee
Come
have a
on.
heart attack. How were you sure it was a heart attack?
Because what happened? I'd been.
Did it clutch its chest with all 6 legs?
No,
Were there some other little bee paramedics?
No. I'd just been out in the park anyway, just looking at caterpillars knocking about, butterflies and stuff. So I was sort of.
So when Suzanne goes to work, she goes, Karl, don't you waste the day. I want you to do some constructive stuff.
But the thing is, so I'd been in the park and I was aware of the insects that are around us more than like most of the time. And I come out of the park, just crossing like sort of a busy road and what have you, and I saw this bee to the right of me, sort of in the air, and it was a big one. And I was a bit like, oh, let's watch that. And it just fell. It fell from the air in front of me, and it was on the pavement. I thought, oh, what's going on here? And I looked at it for a bit, and it was really still. Gave it a little kick, just to see if there was any
Kick?
movement. Nothing. Stone sort of, what's the saying? Stone cold dead.
Yeah, stone cold bee dead.
Sounds like a
So,
WWE champion.
The fact that this bee suddenly saw Karl and had a heart attack.
Yeah.
It'd never seen anything that round before. It just thought it approached him because he thought it was a sunflower.
My God, it's a giant walking orange. Every dream has come true.
No, but it just summed up life for me. I thought that's like us, isn't it? At the end of the day, they have heart attacks, stress.
You put it down to stress, do you?
Well, it's in London, isn't it? You know, everything has stresses from living here.
And they are bald, aren't they? They've got fur all over, but they lose the...
I'm always overweight.
It was a fat, bald bee.
What did you? It fell to the floor, and you instantly
That
just
ball
kicked it.
bee.
You didn't
You
attempt
should
I
to
waited a
revive it.
second and just looked at it to see if there was any, leg movement or wing, and there was nothing. And then when I sort of kicked it,
Maybe it stung
was sort
someone.
of hard. It had hardened already. It's just
Rigor mortis.
rigor mortis set in.
To put you in a bad mood for the day, because I know things like that can just send you over the edge for the day.
Death and that does a bit. Suzanne doesn't like me talking about death.
What riveting conversations do you come up with?
No, just things like one of our mates has had a baby recently, and I just was saying, oh, when that's sort of our age, we'll nearly be dead.
That's the first thing he says is a new life before into the world. But when he's our age, we'll be dead.
Yeah.
No, it's
Maybe
weird.
they'll let you do the speech at the christening.
Well, yeah, I've been watching loads of stuff. I've been watching ants. You mentioned ants. I've had a lot of moths in the house. They're sort of
I mean,
sad
you
for
say it like it was a
every day.
garden party.
Yeah, well, but all I'm saying is I look at more about what its life is like. Because if you watch something long enough, is what I'm saying, you can see that it's a bit clueless. It's the same way about ants. Or they're hard workers and all that. I watch one. It's going back and forth all the time. They go one way and then they stop and go the other way. They try to look busy in front of the mates. But if you watch one, if you watch one long enough, it's back and forwards, and it's like it's done nothing there.
I'm going to carry this twig back and forth until I can knock off at 4.
There's a lot of that going on.
Is there?
Because there's none of that going on.
There is. No, like I say, the moth, depressing little sort of thing.
Why is it depressing?
It hasn't got eyes, has it? You just look at it, it doesn't know what's going on. I just don't. I think if you haven't got eyes, you shouldn't have wings.
That's a rule. If we can put that into practice, please.
That's a great rule.
Let's second that motion.
Big rule, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you haven't got eyes, you shouldn't have wings.
Brilliant.
I just was reading something about an octopus. That's like a killer octopus, and it annoyed me that this was knocking about now.
Knocking about.
No, I thought they were quite friendly. Whenever you see in cartoons and that, they're always happy, aren't they? And then suddenly, like, they've sort of brought the whole sort of creature down. Do you know what I mean?
No, what do you mean?
Well, just you know, when you see them in films, they're running about and that, and everybody likes an octopus. But this one that's on it was your fault really, because you told me about that frog that's going about killing people.
No, I didn't.
Well, not that again.
So I looked it up on the internet at like other creatures and stuff, and
.com.
there's some octopus that's in the sea, and what it does, you don't even have to like threaten it. It just spits in the water, and if that stuff gets on you, does you in.
Does you in?
Again,
So in a way, it's good.
I'm not going near it.
I
Don't go near
in the
it.
sea anyway because it's full of stuff like that. But that's just reassured me that I'm doing the right thing. If they're knocking about, just gozzing everywhere, you don't even have to be near one. You don't even know if it's been spitting and stuff.
It's
It
gozzing.
just seems unfair. I haven't harmed it. I haven't gone near it. Why is it getting annoyed with me? Doesn't seem right. So that's where a knowledge has not helped that octopus out. Because now, when you eat them, I just think, yeah, have another one. You know what I mean? Get rid of them.
another conversation with himself. Another conversation with himself. Okay, Karl, I'm just going to throw an animal at you. Tell me how weird it is, what bits annoy you, how you change it. Okay? A crab.
How would I change it?
Yeah. Does it annoy you? Do you think it's weird?
They are weird, but they're at that size where they can get away with it.
Yeah, it suits them. Okay, good.
Would I change anything? In a way, you know, what you're saying about things not working, you can't walk forwards. So why hasn't something happened? Why haven't they said, you know what, these arms are too clumsy. We need to have them so they can slot away easier and we can pull them out when we need them instead of clumping around with them. Because they do struggle. You see them struggling with their arms. Yet they're still here. They're still doing that. They're still designed that way.
What's the weirdest animal? So you think the octopus is the weirdest animal on Earth?
Yeah.
Why is it any weirder than a dog?
Because it couldn't be further away from us. A dog has got human eyes.
That's a weird statement.
If a jellyfish had a pair of eyes like ours, I probably wouldn't worry about him that much. But like I said to you, it's that way that they haven't got eyes. They're floating about. I can handle some fish. They look like they've got eyes. You can make eye-to-eye contact with them. Jellyfish, what are you looking at? It's a snidey thing, like I said to you. You can see a lot in eyes. Do you know what I mean? They say, I don't trust him. Why? It's his eyes. Jellyfish haven't even got any, and I don't trust them. In terms of design and everything, and if you lined everything up, say if I'd come from another planet and everything was lined up in a row, and they said, right, we're going to give you a crash course in what's knocking about on this planet.
Yeah.
And you go, right, go on then. And you go, this is man, here's woman, here's
I'll go on
dog,
forever, that one, though.
here's a cat,
Mm-hmm.
here's an octopus, I go, hang on a minute, what is this? Say if everything was at the same size as us, what would be the best thing to be? Say like a tarantula
Yeah.
and a tiger. What would happen there?
A 15-stone tiger versus a 15-stone tarantula.
Yeah.
Well, I'd imagine a 15-stone tarantula.
Right, so it's just weird, that, isn't it? it's a good job that they're small. Yet things are getting bigger because we're messing with the
But
world.
it's a ridiculous thing to say, isn't it? Because what would it eat? 15 stone. The biggest you'll find is like a foot long beetle or something.
Foot long beetle.
Yeah, and that's about as big as they get.
He's
So I
going to
wouldn't
kill
worry
that.
about it.
Mm.
Again, based on nothing, he queries
It's
you.
not-
But it's like a fish, isn't it? How they say about a goldfish.
Based on nothing.
That thing about a woman who went on holiday and stuck it in a bath.
Mm.
She came back, it was 7 foot.
Right, that didn't happen.
No, that's a well-known thing about
No, it's not a
goldfish.
well-known
When's
thing.
what?
I'll tell you why. Because a fish will only grow to its surroundings anyway. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
you have to put it in a bigger tank.
Yeah, in a bath.
No, a 7-foot fish in a bath. It just fit the bath exactly, did it?
When she got back off holiday,
Don't talk shit.
It's
What
a
was it
well-known-
eating? What was it eating?
How long was she gone for? 2 million years?
yeah. She went to Mars and back.
Ted, you're not going to believe this. Come up here.
well, how many fish do you see that have naturally died? It's always been caught by a man or a shark's at it. You don't just see dead fish washed up, do you?
Well, most things don't die of old age.
Yeah, that's weird though, isn't it?
Well, no, because it's a jungle out there.
No, worse than the sea. The sea is like full of. You've got an enemy around every rock.
I love it. I love it.
It's that safety campaign again.
Fall into crabs and young squid. It's like the policeman that comes into your school.
Yeah. Karl, have you ever seen the program Inside the Actors Studio?
Oh, I've seen that.
No.
James Lipton interviews famous actors and gets words of advice about how they work and how they act. But at the end, he always asks a series of questions, which is based on a French series of questions that a guy called Bernard Pivot used to give people when he interviewed them. So I'm going to ask you some of these questions. Just interesting.
That's
to
going to be
hear what
good.
your responses. And answer them quickly. You don't have to think about them too much.
Mm.
What is your favourite curse word?
See.
I don't think I've got one. Knobhead. Sums everything up, and I think it's.
But you wouldn't call your nan a knobhead, would you? What would you call a nan?
Well, knobhead's all right, isn't it? Because she sort of gets it. It's one of them things that everybody understands, but it's not so
Prick.
offensive.
Right.
What a knobhead.
What would you do though if you were swimming, right? It was a nice little thing. You're on holiday, right? And there's this octopus there, and you're going around, right? And you just see it start spitting at you, poison. What would you say to it?
Well, it's too late then, isn't it? I'd kick it. And I'd say, knobhead. But what's the point? What's the point in getting annoyed now? It's done its stuff, hasn't it?
Not bad.
You'd kick it and call it a knobhead.
I love that. Fucking
What
prick.
the doctor was thinking? Oh God! Oh, okay, you fucking 8-legged shit.
I'm
you,
not bothered. I'm not bothered.
you-
I don't know what
you
you're saying.
fucking cunt of a mollusk.
I just spit at you.
Oh.
Not bothered.
You slimy little fucking boneless wanker.
This is why the face
Are you
is
still
good.
talking to the octopus?
Oh, I don't believe he's only going to write it down.
Oh, my sides. Oh, God, we haven't got to diary yet.
Another reading from Karl Pilkington's diary. We went to the park and had a brew. Suzanne read the paper while I played with a ladybird. I mean, it's like a child, isn't it? It's like what a
Play
child.
with a ladybird.
Suzanne read the paper while I played with a ladybird. Oh, his only friend is a beetle.
It climbed up my arm. It struggled on me hairs.
This is in detail then.
Yeah. It kept stopping every now and then and was rubbing
Has
its
it got a
head
moustache?
with its right arm. It
Must
did
be
it
French.
about 4 times and always used its right
Uh-huh.
arm. It rested for about 5 minutes, then flew off. Sunday. Had a bit of a to-do with Suzanne because she wanted a lion today. I ate this. Once you're awake, you should get up. I got up and put the radio on really loud. She eventually got up. I told her insects don't have lions.
Oh, for
so
goodness' sake.
Why are you obsessed
I
with
mean,
insects?
you must be fucking unbearable to live with. You must be a nightmare.
No, I just started because I've watched insects a lot. I don't want to keep going on about them because we're a bit insect heavy. But at the end of the day, if we copied insects, we wouldn't go far wrong.
I don't know what you mean though. 1 minute you're saying they're great, then the next minute you'll slag them off.
Yeah, I'll slag some of them off if I don't know what they're doing, but because I've studied them a bit longer, I just think they do
You
it
haven't
right.
studied them.
He,
though.
he thinks he's like Darwin.
But you just slagged them off and again. Don't you think people that insects are doing stuff? They're not. It
Yeah,
goes there, then it
ants.
goes back
The
again.
ant was messing about, but only that one. The others were carrying stuff. That's what I'm saying. These snidey ones in everything, in everything in the world.
Snidey.
You get a hierarchy.
Oh,
Oh, long
Yeah,
word.
okay.
Ooh. Some new sea thing has been found.
see, from hierarchy to sea
It
thing.
wasn't found by sea experts. It was found on eBay. Someone was selling it for $5. I don't see the point in buying something that you don't know what it is.
What do you mean? What do you mean? It was
Someone's found some sort of shell with a thing living in it.
right.
They thought, oh, I've never seen one of these before. I can flog it on eBay. Someone bought it and then wanted to look after it. Went to some sea expert and they said, "Oh, I don't know what that is." That's the story. It's just weird how stuff's being found on eBay.
No, it wasn't found on eBay though, was it?
Yeah, but that's where the specialist people sort of picked up on it. It's just weird that. I mean, all I was saying is I wouldn't want one. If you don't know how to, if it's a new creature, you don't know what makes it happy. When you get a kitten, you go stroke its head, loves it, right? And you can do that knowing that it's liking it. If I had a little seashell and you go sit in water, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? You could end up doing more damage. So that's why I wouldn't want it. It's nice to have rules, isn't it? It's nice to know what you're doing with something.
Well, as you write in the diary, it's like if an alien landed and wanted to live with you. As much fun as it might sound, it wouldn't be long before you got annoyed with it because it wouldn't eat the food you gave it.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I
it
couldn't
was
have a go
sympathise
at it
with it.
because it might not like pasta.
It might not.
Everyone likes pasta.
Wow.
Woke up to some interesting news. It's good when this happens because it sets me up for the day ahead. If it's miserable news, it affects my day. It said on the news that they have found 2 new flies.
Now more insects. What have you done? Is that what you've done this summer?
Bong. Trouble in the Middle East. Bong. 2 new flies found.
Ladybird climbs up arm.
They were found in the UK and they were found close to each other. Maybe this happened because they were different than the other flies and weren't expected to hang about together, so that's why they knocked about with each other.
That would happen, wouldn't it?
What do you mean?
There's 2 new flies.
What do you mean? Does it mean there are 2 new flies that are different species?
Oh, God,
yeah,
my
2
eyes.
new species, and they found them close to each other, right?
Yeah,
And
but they didn't mean there was one of each.
No, yeah, they did. They found 2 different ones.
No.
No, they have. Seriously. I
2
know
different
that's
species.
right, that's a fact. So you've got I don't know the names of them. They give them odd names, don't they? Well, say
Yeah.
call it A and fly B, right?
Yeah.
Fly A, I don't know. Say that's orange.
This is just.
Lively, yeah.
No,
This is
but,
painful.
no, but
This
I'm
is
just making it
painful.
easier
But
for
5B
you.
with a little hat. He's got a little
all
hat.
right, yeah, fine. Now, they found the orange one. I went, look at this over here. This is a bit weird. And they've gone, oh, that's a new species. Log it, whatever. And then the other one went, oh, keep your pen handy. Look at this one. It's got a hat on. So then they found
Keep
them
your pen
both
handy.
within the same distance.
It simplifies
I don't know
everything.
what that sentence
Keep
means.
going, keep going, keep going.
They
No,
found
let him
them
try and
both.
finish.
They found them both within the same distance.
But without interrupting him, let him finish this
No.
point.
Let me just make one thing clear. Carl Pilkins just said they found them both within the same distance. Think of that.
Don't know what it means, but go on, let him finish this point.
So what I mean is, they weren't knocking about with other normal houseflies because they were probably sort of going, oh, he's a bit weird. Leave it. Yeah, because the other one was also odd, they're hanging about with each other. Don't you understand that? Why is that such an odd concept?
Because you think of it as like 2 little new kids in school.
Yeah.
They find out they're both new and they've got something in
Yeah,
common.
they're both goths. So
Yeah.
they don't know each other. And this was on the news, was it?
Yeah, just on the radio, yeah.
Yeah.
I know if I looked into that story, it would be 90% wrong.
Bit tired today because didn't get to sleep as early as I wanted due to a moth getting in the bed. I got it in a glass and looked
Oh,
at it for a minute
jeez.
and then let it go because Suzanne wanted to go to sleep. Looked up some interesting news. Some people dug up an old body in Ireland. Turns out it's well old and was here when dinosaurs were here. The really weird bit is it had hair gel in its hair.
Right, what is it?
Fella,
Well, no, it wasn't
Fr-
around when
well,
dinosaurs were
fructus.
after.
there. Right, fine. A lot after, yeah, go on.
It's not the age bit that's amazing. It's the fact of there's a fella, won't have even had shoes on his feet,
Right.
and yet he was worried about his hairstyle.
Right, well, that's definitely not true either.
There was a man on the radio doing poetry, says Karl in his diary. I thought I'd have a go at doing a poem about today.
Not really. Yeah, Steve, I'm a little bit queasy. He hasn't really written a poem.
He's written a small poem.
No, he hasn't really.
Yes. If moths had eyes,
Fucking hell.
okay, you wouldn't interrupt T.S. Eliot.
Why?
Okay. Oh, okay.
If moths had eyes, would they be happier? How do they know they're not dead? Cavemen hunting for food, but not before they style the hair on their head. What would last longer in dinosaur times? A blind man didn't stand a chance. Not with all them rocks about. I'd rather be a blind moth.
Right. It may be the greatest
Wow.
poem ever.
It's not too bad.
Creative
Can
decision for that?
we have Karl read that?
By all
Sorry.
means, yeah.
Just,
Oh, yeah, you've got to.
Just you read it as you would.
Get
like
Karl to do it.
So this is, imagine this, right? Okay. This is going out all over the world.
And now, Karl Pilkington, a new poet from Manchester, now living in London, England, would like to read a poem.
If moths had eyes, would they be happier? How do they know they're not dead? Cavemen hunting for food, but not before they style the hair on their head. What would last longer in dinosaur times? A blind man didn't stand a chance. Not with all them rocks about. I'd rather be a blind moth.
He said it as though the was going to rhyme. He said it like it was going to rhyme. Oh, God.
No, I think he feels as though the final line, I'd rather be a blind moth, is going to be one of those great, a summation that somehow the moth is a metaphor, the caveman.
No, but
there's
all
no
I'm doing-
metaphor in that. He really does mean he'd rather be a blind moth.
Yeah, well, I'm just because I've looked at the day's news.
Are you getting into poetry now, properly?
I really like it, yeah. Right, I did.
Oh,
two
please
about
do more.
jellyfish.
Excellent.
I don't like jellyfish. They're not a fish. They're just a blob. They don't have eyes, fins, or scales like a cod. They float about blind, stinging people in the seas. And no one eats jellyfish with chips and mushy peas.
That's very true.
And then there's just a short one I did about a jellyfish. It would be spiteful to put jellyfish in a trifle.
Yeah, it certainly would.
That would be very, very spiteful. Yeah.
That's
Not very good
great.
for you.
That's really good because it's jelly. He's done us this. Steve.
Yeah.
That's a really good poem. Can we always do that, Karl? Can we always find a day, right, and always sum it up in your
in a
thoughts, a
poem.
poem, just like that? It would be spiteful to put jellyfish in a trifle.
There you go.
Another classic.
I think that was the best one ever.
That was so good. Lots and lots of hilarious comedy there, and fueled by Karl and his outlook on life.
My eyes are glued together.
Have
That
you ever
poetry.
been, ever been stung by jellyfish?
No, I've never been. Have you?
No,
No.
but I was stung by a bee once.
I've been stung by a wasp, not a bee. How was the bee?
20 quid for a jar of honey. Hey, oh. I'm sorry, everyone.
Ladies
but
and gentlemen,
you know-
did he just was that my fault? Was I stupid? I didn't see that coming.
no comment.
To be fair, I never see it coming. Really, I'm always in like blindfolded. Shall we end this recording with a poem? Are you a poet, Davey?
No, I've never put my thoughts to a series of words to rhyme, or in some cases not rhyme. But
Yeah.
How would you start one? How would one make a poem?
Well, you'd start off setting the location, the scene. So it'd be like, I sat here with Davey, and then continue. You know where that's gonna go. If I finish that, you know where it's gonna go.
It'll become a filthy limerick. That's what it'll do.
Oh yeah, me and Davey.
Like there once was a woman from Nantucket. Something like that.
There was a man from Liverpool
Who thought
who
he was
sat on
very
a
cool.
giant. Yes, but one day he came Oh, never mind. Never mind. I'm not gonna finish it because it always ends up mucky.
Send us a poem, somebody. Send us a poem.
Yeah, put some in the comments because I know that they're more smarter than we are. More smarter. That proves it. They're a lot smarter than we are. We're just gobshiting on air, aren't we?
What if you want to use Karl's particular choice of word?
Yes.
Ed.
Oh, knobhead. Knobhead,
Yes.
isn't it?
Self-edited there, just in case,
It's too late for that. It's really too late.
Too late for self-editing.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna fucking fine tooth comb everything. This is what I mean. When I edit this, I don't bother micromanaging what we say. What's the point?
Fair
As
enough.
long as we're not, racist.
There's your statement right there. I don't
Go
bother micromanaging. What's the point? There's your poem right there. It's deep. It's meaningful.
Yeah,
What's the point?
and there's a deep layer of depth to that. Beneath those words, it means within us, our soul, not our soul, our soul.
I'm glad you cleared that up.
Well, I use wipes.
Well, that's sensible.
Like those kiddie wipes, Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to go off on a tangent again, and we always do that. So, I bid you adieu. Thank you so much for joining me, Davey.
A genuine pleasure. And thank you to you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it and come back again and see us soon.
We need, by the way, before you go, we need to set up a date, me and you, not a romantic one, a date where I'm coming on your podcast, not coming, arriving,
We will. We'll chat after we finish this, and we'll arrange something, and we'll get you to post it on the channel to announce it. So
exactly,
we will sort that out.
Oh, by the way, I don't even know if anyone's still watching. My new YouTube channel is coming up, Trumps. So literally, I'll have 2 YouTube channels, one doing all this stuff, and then one doing all the boring stuff. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be no issues going forward with boring stuff that you don't want to watch. Is that fair, Davey?
Yeah, I'm not going to say boring, but
well, it's not boring to me, but and the people who want to come and watch it. But to me, it's like you make a YouTube channel about trains, and then suddenly you start covering dildos. It doesn't quite fit, does it?
It depends what size you're using. Oh my god! So sorry, everybody.
Oh, didn't even see that coming.
Really smutty.
Oh, I need a microphone with a sound effect button. But anyway, go away before you get me in trouble.
Take care, everyone. See you soon.
See you later.
Bye.
Tune in next time. Bye.